Every great tradition starts the same way. With an invitation.
Every invite, every matchup, and every moment. Are you ready to follow the journey to the showcase?
Welcome to The Invite. Each episode, we unveil 2 invitations, programs that were selected not just for their accomplishments, but for how they're built. The stage is set. A program built on legacy is about to head south. It's official. The Bowl School out of Jacksonville is headed to South Florida to take on Archbishop McCarthy at the showcase. Joining us is Coach Toblin, the Bowl School Jacksonville coach. First of all, welcome to The Invite.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you having me.
Coach, first of all, it's great to speak to you again. We spoke to you last year, had a great time coming up there and visiting with you. I got a chance to watch practice and see you guys, and it's great to have you coming back once again. And what was it like when you found out that you guys were getting the invitation and getting the invite to come back to the showcase?
It was awesome. I mean, our kids are so excited for it. It was such a well-run trip. The organization did an unbelievable job of making it a big-time environment that our kids felt like a bowl game. And so we were really excited for the opportunity to come down there and do it again, not just because of the experience, but also that we know how good the ball is in South Florida. And the opportunity to come down there and play against some of the best teams in the country is it's going to be good for us.
And we spoke about that last year, and one of the reasons you kind of said you wanted to come down was that preparation and getting you ready for the playoffs and the travel. And how does something like this, how does something like the showcase work into your long-term vision for the program and what you guys do?
I mean, it's huge. I mean, and so, again, it's in both areas, just from a logistics, like coming down there to play the state championship game. It's a trip we've done, like we mirrored it very similar. Like there's a whole lot of familiarity from our kids' standpoint. We stayed at the same hotel. Like we try to do as much as we can to mirror what we did earlier in the year. And then from a competitive standpoint, you don't want to walk into a game and be like, oh, this is a big game, this is a good team. And so the chances to play against really good players and against really good, and compete against really good coaches helps us become who we need to be as we kind of go throughout the year. And so it is a huge part of what we believe as a program to go play really good teams early in the year so that we can learn about ourselves and continue to get better.
And what do you hope that the guys take for, obviously, you're working toward the playoffs and things, but what do you hope that the team is able to take from the experience and just being able to do things like this and travel?
No, you're right. And I think that was one of the hidden benefits. We being on that bus for 5 hours, like the kids talked about it. We had our banquet last week, and the kids talked about it, like playing Among Us, on the bus for 5 hours, and like the camaraderie, the team building, the bonds, and those are things we'll remember. There's football stuff that we'll remember, 20 years from now, but they will always remember kind of some of those moments. And the time together is such a big deal. So much of football is, it's practice, lift, meeting, but then have a big extended period of time where we're just together hanging out was really went a long way for us from a team building standpoint.
And as I said, I had a great time, and I appreciate you welcoming me up last year for practice. But one of the standards in your program that you're so proud of, and you think just keeps earning invites and opportunities like this for you guys?
And I think that's a lot of it is. So that I would say 2 things. Number one is the legacy set by Coach Roger has a lot to do with that. Obviously, he did an unbelievable job of creating a standard of excellence, 10 state championships, the amount of winning that went on here under Coach Rogers obviously makes bowls a standard, a brand name. But then from our standpoint, that I think that continues to get us into these situations is going to be is like, look, we want to be one of the hardest working teams in America, but we want to smile every day. Like we want to enjoy this process. We want to enjoy, the reason that we want to put ourselves in these games is we want it to be fun. Like, yeah, like we might come down and lose, but we're never going to be afraid of putting ourselves in situations where like, we're going to have to work our butts off, but we're going to enjoy this process.
Right.
And so, like, I think that's part of it. Like, we work hard enough. Like, we want to be in big environments. We want to play in cool games. We want to do things like this. And so, I think like that's one of the reasons that we get, we don't shy away from this. Like, we don't say like, hey, we want to be in this cool thing, but we only want to play a team we think we can win. We're like, look, tell us who we're playing. Like, let's go. We want to be in a cool environment. Let's do it.
And we obviously you guys were on that big stage last year. What do you hope when someone sees you guys play for the first time? And we were obviously very happy to be able to broadcast your game last year. But what do you hope when someone sees the Bowl School play for the first time this year? What do they see from your team?
So I mean, the hopes would be is just what we just said. Like, look, they get after it. It's like they play hard for each other, but they're enjoying it. They're having fun. They're not like pressure filled, like they have to do this. Like they are enjoying, they're celebrating, they're connected as teammates, like the kind of things that we want to kind of come through on film. I tell them all the time, like, look, your grandma up in the stands doesn't know what kind of defense we run, what kind of offense we run, but she can tell whether or not we like each other, whether or not we are having fun out there, and we want that to come through and be very obvious.
Oh, I love that, Coach. Coach, again, congratulations, and we're excited to have you come down again. Welcome back, I should say, and I can't wait to see you come down here, and I can't wait to come up there again and visit you guys.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it very much.
Thank you, Coach. So these matchups have been fun so far, and we lock in another big one. Two schools that actually were in the showcase last year. The Bowl School, Archbishop McCarthy. Obviously, they weren't in it playing each other, but they're back in the showcase again, talking to the man who puts this thing together and has done that for the last 5 years. Bowl's been respected for decades, and we really mean decades. I had a chance to go there last year and see the nationals and the states and all that on the wall and on their field. What made this the right matchup at this time, Dr. Perry?
Bowls, I love the tradition, as you mentioned. It's been a powerhouse in Northern Florida. So bringing them down to South Florida last year, it was successful, well-disciplined school and team, and just a professional program. And I felt like I had to bring them back. And Archbishop just up and coming, and I think Coach is in his third year down from New Jersey. He's doing great things at Archbishop. So let's do a key matchup.
And what do you see from these teams who you end up being able to bring back? Like, we've had these schools. You've had Chaminade, who we talked about, and who had a matchup. What do these teams do? What do they show you that makes you bring them back every year and year after year?
I'm going to use that word, professionalism, again. It's just professional programs by the people in charge, from AD to coaches. It's the type of stuff that we want to be represented in the national showcase.
This is another big one, and we're starting to get close to our last matchup. But what makes this, and this is another one of those Florida matchups, and we have a few of those every year in the showcase. What is about these Florida matchups that's a little bit different?
This one, there's one word that sticks out, and that's physicality. These two teams are going to get after each other, and the most dominant one on the physical side, especially in the trenches, is going to win this game.
Well, one more matchup locked in, on the way to the showcase here on the invite, and tomorrow will be our final matchup, our final big one. But this one should be fun. I love these Floridas. They're always a good time. So the architect, Coach Perry, thanks for joining us, and we got one more, so let's jump on this thing and let's finish this off.
Let's go. Last one.